Hey guys, Prism and Smithy here. I'm joined with Smithy. Say
How's
hello.
it going, guys?
And there he is. There's my little Smifter. So today we are talking about the mount changes. Dun dun dun. I think
Give it to me!
I think Smithy has something very strong to say about this at the moment.
When? Just when? Hurry up. It's been over 2 weeks. Please hurry.
So we'll just quickly go through a couple of the things happening in the mount changes that are coming up and the upgrades they're doing. So first of all, mount speeds. There's only going to be two mount speeds. One's going to be 50% and one's going to be 140%. They both have the same effect that if you suffer 6 hits in 5 seconds or lose 10% or more of your HP in a single attack, you get dismounted. Um, they changed the names. One's called Gallop, one's called Trot. Gallop is the 140%, Trot is the 50%. Um, and they will be applied to all mounts. Basically, Trot is for like role playing people who like to role play, just for that slower movement. And then obviously you've got Gallop, which is for the people who want to zoom ahead, um, like everyone in the game, I think. Um, So
Pretty much.
that's basically all that's really happening with the mount speeds. So we're going to be losing the what is it? Because you've got uncommon, common, epic, and
I think you've got
legendary.
the 80 and 110.
Yeah, they've been ousted, so they're gone. So then we'll move down to mount upgrades. So this is the big change, really. So all the mounts in the game are going to have free insignia slots, regardless of quality. So they can be common, they can be uncommon, common, rare, epic, legendary, and mythic, which we'll come on to soon. Um, and those insignia slots won't change during the time. Every mount will have a passive combat power. Sorry, will have a passive and combat power. So that means that currently only legendary mounts have combat powers. They're now going to be applied to all mounts, and they'll all be different ones. Um, the three generic combat powers, which you're probably going to see on a lot of the white, green, blue mounts, will be single target damage, AoE damage, or a self heal over time. We don't know what they are yet because they're not out. Um, but yeah, that's basically what's going to happen with that. And any power shared with multiple mounts will scale to the highest quality of a mount you own, which grants that power. So say you've got a mount which is white and you got one which is legendary, the power are the same. The one on the common white mount will be the same as the one on the legendary because the legendary one is higher than the common one and it'll scale itself up. So that's how that's going to work. Excuse me. You also have a mount bolster. So your 10 highest quality mounts add to your mount bolster, which in turn increases your mount passive and combat powers up to double their base effectiveness. So at the moment, I think 666 magnitude is one of the highest, or 667. Once you got all 10, like at the highest quality, you'll be able to do what 13 something, so 666 times 2. Um, and that's basically how that's going to work. Um, Now, just scaling back up a second, you can upgrade mounts. So this is going to be the big thing. So mounts will be able to be upgraded all the way from common quality to mythic quality. While it may have been one of the worst kept secrets, mythic quality mounts have now arrived. Mounts are upgraded through mount upgrade tokens, which initially will be available from the Zen Market, the Trade Bar Store, and from certain events such as Hell Pit. Now, I know there's been a lot of uproar saying that Hell Pit only comes around once a year, but they haven't necessarily defined Hell Pit as the only event that's going to do it. It's just an example. And it does say here from certain events. So there will be more events than just Hell Pit. This is purely just an example that Cryptic have given. Zen Market, obviously you're going to have to buy them with Zen or with real money. And the trade bar store is going to be the Tamerlane trade bars. So that will be decent. Um, so what we'll do now is have a quick discussion. Smithy, what do you think about these changes? And do you think they're good? Do you think they're bad? I'll let you go for it.
It's a mixture of both. Quite honestly, basically, I think that it's good in the way that yes, okay, it's something new brought to the game. The fact that now we can have something else to work on, not only with the bolster, but we're now upgrading mounts as well. I don't get me wrong. I think that the way that you go through getting mount upgrade tokens is initially good and bad because they could have added it not only to like help it or the trade bar, but you can also get them through the weekly quests that you get in Protector's Enclave, um, the legacy quests. Because I know you can get companion upgrade tokens through there. So why can't we get mount upgrade tokens through there, which would also effectively make people want to do their legacy quests a bit more, which they haven't stated that they were going to do. Not only that, the fact that we can now, well, you will see a bit more in the future where that you can actually add gear to the mounts. But then it's also bad on the way that we are still trying to power through getting the Zariel completions done. This is just going to make things easier, and we shouldn't be making things too easy now for the more stats compared to doing the Zariel quests. Well, the trial. So I can see on both sides. Yes, it's good for something for us to do, but bad in order for us to do trials, the hardest trial, easier.
Yeah.
That's the part I would disagree with.
Okay. That's fine. So moving on. Um, Mount passive powers were reworked to be higher item level and grant more stats. Along with this, they also grant a large part of their stats to combined rating to better help players gear up overall and make it less likely than slotting a given passive power will shoot one stat far over cap while leaving others under cap. So you can see here from this example, we've got Gallop, so 140%, Dominant Force, plus 10k power, Explosive Equalizer. Judging by the picture, I would say that is going to be the AoE damage skill that they talked about. And then the appearance is the legendary Adolescent Deep Crow. So this will be the mount that you ride on, basically. And then you can see here that they're actually using the Swarm to upgrade, and you can see here they're upgrading the Swarm to Mythic quality, and it'll cost 200 mount upgrade tokens. So as you can see on this picture here, we've got Gallop, which is 140% movement speed, Dominant Force 10k power, Explosive Equalizer, which I can only assume at the moment is going to be the AoE skill that they talked about above. And then you've got the appearance as the legendary Adolescent Deep Crow, but they've actually got the Swarm here going to upgrade. And this is going from legendary, which is orange, to mythic, which is the light blue. It'll cost 200 mount upgrade tokens. Currently they have 0 on here. But I can only presume then that from epic to legendary is going to be 150, or maybe 120 if it follows the companion way. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you've got a mount bolster, as they talked about above. This is at 50% at the moment. Obviously, we don't know what the other ones are to go along with this, so we can't really say too much more, other than the fact that it looks like a legendary gives 5%, maybe, and then
Maybe
a
I'm not too
mythic one
sure.
is going to give 10%. We don't know because at the moment you can see here that this mount can still be upgraded. And if they've said above that you can upgrade it to like be double, I can only presume that's going to be 100% bolster, which means that the mythic one must be 10% to have 100%, which would be double. Um, Moving on down, then we've got mount collars. I'll let Smithy talk about these.
So the mount collars are basically are going to give extra stats towards the mounts. Um, but let's just read out quickly what it says about the mount collars. But wait, there's more. We there's more. We also wanted to add some more options and value to mounts. Your stable mounts now have a new slot, which is for mount collars. Mount collars are a new weapon or item, shall I say, that will grant benefits to your utility stats. They come in qualities from common to mythic, and a mount can only wear an equal or lower quality collar. Base mount collars will drop in dungeons, so that's a new thing we can farm for in dungeons, as will some new upgrade materials, stones of empowerment from critter drops, and great stones of empowerment from epic dungeons and trial end chests to rank up those collars, which would be a new refinement for us to add towards collars. One extra unique aspect of these colors is that they will come in specific types. A character can only benefit from one of a given color type at a time, so make sure you get all 5 types to maximize your benefits. So we got to farm 5 types of different stats in order for us to upgrade them to get the max benefit out of it, which is going to be a fun time for a lot of
Yeah.
people who love the
Now,
grind.
what I'm reading from this as well is it only benefits your utility stats. So when it talks about utility stats, it's talking about things like movement speed, AP gain, um, probably magical and physical damage boost because they're technically utility stats. Um,
About incoming and outgoing healing.
it's gonna be incoming, outgoing, healing. So things like that, they're the things that are going to be the utility stats that they're talking about. What I presume it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm only assuming. I None of this is confirmed, guys, so we don't actually know.
But then finally, if I scroll down by here, we've got some Zen Store adjustments. Um, the cost amounts have been lowered, so epic mounts will be 1500 Zen down from 3500. Um, they've lowered the cost of epic companions to 1500, and the companion Zen market purchases are now account wide. Um, so any companions you buy from the Zen store are now unlocked for all your characters. Um, does mean that any companions you bought in the past will be available then from the rewards claim agents once it goes live. Um, but it does not apply to event companions. So things like the Alpha Compy, they're not going to be available because
Exactly.
they're a limited time event companion. They're not a companion you can buy all the time from the Zen store. Then the next one we got lockbox adjustments. The top chase price or the legendary mounts are now 3 times as likely to drop. The drop rate was so low that I don't think 3 times as likely to drop is really going to make that much difference. It's still going to be hard to get a legendary mount dropping from there, but we'll have to wait for when this comes out to see how many people actually start getting them. And finally, we are going to get a free pack. So with that free pack, we get 75 mount upgrade tokens, 1 free epic mount collar choice pack, 150 stones for empowerment, so used to upgrade the collars, 50 greater stones of empowerment, again used to upgrade the collars, and 100% off a companion coupon. So I would recommend using that companion coupon for one that is account wide, so all your characters on your account can use it. Because I think that's the only companions it's going to apply to anyway. Um,
Exactly.
anything else you want to add to that, Smithy?
No, I think that's pretty much everything covered.
And don't forget that the free gifts are only going to be when it goes live. Freebies will not stay around forever, so make sure you do claim it.
Exactly.
The only thing they haven't said in here is when these changes are actually going to happen. So we can't really go over any more until we know when they're going to come out. We know what sort of collars are going to be available. We can't really farm any of the mount upgrade tokens because they technically don't exist in the game yet. Um, so yeah, I think that's it for this video. So thank you for watching. Drop us a like on the video and subscribe to us. Yeah, have fun, guys. See you again.
See you soon.